What's going on, guys? It is the Bad Wolf. Welcome to Bad Wolf Unincorporated, Bad Wolf Unrestricted, and my TikTok channel. Uh, James C Lovett, the Bad Wolf. So let's get into it. All right. So, in talking with one of my friends, and we were talking about how this generation, by modern academia, said that even though we have access to more technology, it is the first generation, as far as recorded history, that is allegedly not smarter for the first time than the previous generation. So, in this made me want to talk about this a little bit in a video. How is it that people have access to an intellectual technology, but they themselves are not overly smart individuals? Well, if you ask me, this would be one of the master plans of the elite. But how so? We all around the world were just heading towards technology. Could the elite really have planned that? I don't think exactly that was their plan. The elite knew that one day we would wake up and figure out what was going on. That's also at hand. And also is due to the ability of technology itself to spread such information, experience, and knowledge around the world in a fraction of a second. But I do believe that they're opportunists. And so, in that, they use what's there. When you start seeing programs where they're like, oh, everybody should have a phone, everybody should have a laptop, let's get that. And then you start finding out how Google and TikTok and YouTube will cater towards your whims of entertainment within that technology in such a way that if you respond to degenerate, sexual, immoral things, they promote that. Don't you think it's kind of weird? And I'll use myself as an example. And I really don't care what you think. I'm looking at my Instagram feed. I literally see a girl with her sitting on there with a towel, and she's like, and she literally flashes her vajayjay. I'm getting to see her pink taco, her wizard sleeve. And I'm like, whoa. So what do I do? As a man, and I'm built on testosterone and chemicals, I sent it to some of my other guys. Part of the problem. Reason why that's a problem is one, is because I have no problems with girls showing their boobs, and hell, I love vagina. Um, but and it seems harmless, but it rewards that artist, if it even really was a real person with AI nowadays. Could be some old fat guy in a forest somewhere pretending, but whatever. It rewards her with clicks and a few cents. This, if she's not healthy in doing this, caters towards potentially her mental illness. That she only feels validated by showing her vagina, which all women are more than just their vagina. If she's healthy and she's doing that, then it caters towards her artistic craft. And if TikTok's not stopping it, then so be it. Ultimately, let's jump to the end of that particular angle, then we'll come back to the other angle. Ultimately, with AI and so many people being able to, even as dudes or ugly chicks or ugly dudes or whatever it is, everybody's going to be made equal with filters and AI being a whole different sex and whatever. You can look like anybody you want, make them dance, and beautiful that, and you can feel that and have every, so what'll happen is there'll be such an explosion right away. Eventually, it's going to bring all of the only F sites down. It's going to bring all the strip clubs attendance down. It's going to change the market. It's going to balance it. It's going to take away a lot of these things. It's also causing problems with people having relationships. It's also causing problems with people not using their own brain. It's also causing problems with people not knowing how to interact with each other in a normal social environment in the real world. They're starting to create entire worlds online where everybody can look pretty, everybody can be equal. And maybe if my mom was right, God rest her soul, she's always said it will always be darkest before the dawn. And seeing how we as Americans have not had a clear dawn in such a long time, it's just been slowly getting darker and darker. And this is at a point now where it's darker than I've ever seen it in my entire existence. I, with the explosion of good information out there, including from my YouTube site, Badwolf Unincorporated, I put my faith in the fact that I think that this is going to be horrible, and then yet we're going to, and at the same time, we're rebounding already into a new, more spiritual world where everybody will be like, nope, I don't even want to deal with any of that. But it'll also be a place for those people who cannot control themselves and who do have mental health issues going on. And don't forget, guys, girls, especially for you ladies who a lot of you like to listen to other females out there. Well, now guess what? Your favorite artist might be me. I can create an AI avatar and look exactly like a beautiful white girl, beautiful black girl, beautiful Native American girl, and I could be giving you advice just like I'm giving you now. Oh, girl, this is how you should really treat a man, and you won't even know. Or I could look like a 6 foot, multimillionaire white guy and be giving other white guys, even if they don't even like black guys, advice on business and whatever else and be taken a whole lot more seriously. I think the elite are opportunists, and I think that through their programming of these things, they're giving people what their animalistic side, the entertainment side of them want, because that's what makes money. And we're so easy. Even me, I have an IQ of 171. And yet, the moment I see a girl show her in her vajayjay, when I'm just checking my account to see if, there's any business questions and whatever else, and also look at boobs. Um, and here I am. Oh, hey, whoa, oh, okay. But here's the thing. Looking at that one time, now it starts catering, and every 3 or 4 videos on there is about the same thing. But what I find funny is when I use it to research equations and science and quantum mechanics and um, other sciencey things, because, well, you see the books, that's what I do. It it doesn't cater to that. So I did an experiment. I literally for days had to look up the same things that were sciencey, nerdy for it to start to try to push back into the algorithm. My girlfriend didn't believe me. She was like, "No, you're just looking all that stuff up." I'm like, "I'm really not. I don't have to." She's like, "Well, they don't put that on my timeline." I said, "Because you're a girl. They put shopping things in front of you. They put girls with beauty supply, hair things." And she's like, "Oh yeah, you know what? I never really, huh?" And I said, "But that's what girls want. Girls don't really generally want to see other girls with JJs or boobs. They have all that. So once you put into your account what sex you are, they start catering towards what that sex generally wants to look at. Ergo, the degeneracy. I'm rarely on most of those platforms anyway, so it's like my little maybe once a day zing, go on there, oh, whoa, whoa, and then I go, okay, away, get to work. But it's sad because there used to be a lot more cultural positive things. But let's get to the main part of the video. So in this, we're now seeing that the average person is grown and not raised. What's the difference? To be grown is to just literally get there. To be raised is to slowly get there, but through love and sharing your family's culture, values, traits, characteristics, insights, beliefs, moral compass, and so much more that is being lost. So then what happens? What's happening right now to the average person who has social anxiety because they're able to hide behind their tablets and in their rooms and not come out for hours or days? They don't know, most of these young girls don't know how to protect themselves or their bodies, or most guys are after sex. They don't even know how to be young ladies. They're they just grow up. And mom is too busy working and surviving and being independent. You don't need a man. It's funny how some of these girls, these young semi-adult females, adult-sized girls, they keep saying they don't need a man, but they sure be pregnant a lot. Sure do have a lot of kids. Can't pick a good man, but all the males you pick are bad. Become mysteriously narcissists. So you didn't know they were narcissists when you first met them? You've seen zero red flags. Or is it you just have bad taste in guys and you don't know how to pick out a real man because you've never had one? If I only bought used cars, I would like to think that I would know out of all those used cars which one is a good car, but how do you really know when they all seem to look the same? If I've never worked on a car, had a brand new car, I wouldn't know how to look at the mileage and say, well, this one's been rode a whole lot less, driven a whole lot less, so this one's probably better. That might be true, it might not. Until you learn the skill of how to identify a good used car, but how do girls pick them out? They trust the guy selling it to them. They like the color. It's clean on the inside. A guy who's learned or learned, he's going to look at everything. Do the tires have tread? Is there any oil under the car while it's sitting there? What does it sound like when it starts up? Is there any oil or any other fluids leaking in the engine area? The serpentine belt inside of the engine, is it worn? Is it worn anywhere in the vehicle? How many miles is on it? What does it sound like when it starts up? When it's running, does it smell like it's burning oil? These are the differences between a regular person. Don't get me wrong, there are some females out there who know exactly about cars and all this other stuff. So it's never 100%. Every time I'm talking, understand that this is about the average. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know how to pick out a good man or a good car, that's because you're no longer average in these areas. Unfortunately, everybody's not like you for those it applies to. So we have whole generations of young males who are soft. I don't mean that you're in touch with your feminine side a little bit. There should be. It's like the yin and yang symbol. The black symbol has a little bit of white, the white symbol has a little bit of black. What does that really represent? The male and the female. The male, all black with the white, is a balanced man who has a little bit of femininity to balance out that testosterone. The white is the female who has a little bit of black in her. Sorry, couldn't resist. Um, to balance out the femininity. The female should be learning security, balance, discernment within herself. The man should be learning to be a little soft, to be a little bit more loving, and to be more nurturing. And then you bring those together, and what do you have? The yin yang sign of balance, whole within yourself, but together you guys balance. The elite don't want that balance because it doesn't make them money. When you are out of control as a female, when you are out of control as a male, when you're hurting the male, when you're hurting the female out there, that having kids out of wedlock and raising boys to be soft, raising girls to be too independent, it's then so hard for these people who have anxiety and issues and got pregnant and STD. All that stuff then turns into energy that's uncontrolled and wild. And who then controls that uncontrollable energy while you're being wild? The system. And then the system makes money. And then you look up the ladder, and who controls the system? The elite. Hell, even the police officers don't really make money. They earn their wage, but it's their boss's boss, and all the people above, the courthouse. And then you look and see who owns the courthouse. Who helps you to get there? The entertainment industry, the movies, the fake holidays, all these things are here. They're here harnessing every bit of energy in your life and stealing away your birthright, your family, your nation. Mom and dad too busy working to get ahead. Mom and dad are both working. So guess who you have to rely on? The daycare, the system, the school. Guess what then your kid, your child, your offspring is not doing? Learning from you about your family history. The system is literally chipping away this big stone to turn it into a column and then to put that column in place and then to repeat so they can build their courthouse in their system. And guess what they're doing to your children? Guess what they're doing to you as much as possible until you finally give in to the programming. Everybody wins but you.